Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Positive Tribe podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm Dan.
I'm Derek, and we're going to dive into some fun topics today. Our main focus today is to talk about the law of attraction.
What is the law of attraction?
I think we all kind of have an idea of what it is, but there's some key points that we want to mention that kind of break it down, and I think it's going to explain it really well.
Yeah.
So, kind of an intro to the law of attraction is you are your thoughts. What you focus on, what you think about constantly, that kind of turns you into what you become.
So kind of like a treat others like you want to be treated situation.
Exactly, the golden rule. Yep. Exactly. Whether you think you can or you think you can't,
you're right.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. It all starts with your mindset. So what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction argues the positive thoughts and actions reap positive rewards and vice versa with negative ones. So just like we talked about, you are what you think about.
So basically what you're saying is like at the center of the law of attraction is positivity. Whatever like positive thinking you're putting out, it's linked not to just, better physical health, but longer life, like a lower risk of heart diseases and just
lower stress.
Lower stress, just positive benefits in general for your mental and physical health.
Exactly. But like it mentioned, the opposite is true though. So if you're constantly a negative person, you're constantly doubting yourself, you're treating others like crap, it's all going to come back to you. Yep. One way or another. Exactly.
Gotcha. So how does it work though? Like how does the law of attraction work?
I think it all starts with your mindset. It's not a lot of people who haven't really studied the law of attraction. They think it's, you just focus on, I'm going to have a Corvette appear in my driveway. I'm going to have one appear in my driveway. Well, that's cool. I mean,
it's really just the neighbor pulling in to exactly. For a second while he's redoing something on his driveway.
But it doesn't work like that. We all know, people that have, even studied a hair fraction of the law of attraction. That's not how it works. You just don't focus on it and something doesn't appear magically out of thin air.
Yeah.
But it does start with your mindset. Your mindset, it's like, I look at the mindset as like working out, lifting weights at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to train your mind. You gotta
build the muscles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You gotta train yourself to think positive things, but then that turns into actions and other things.
Yeah. So what you're saying is not just focus on something, but when you focus on it, figure out how to get to it. So you need to put in the steps.
Yep. Start with that positive mindset, but then create a plan, create goals to work towards, create an action plan, and then comes the action to achieving those goals that you want.
And then eventually you will get that of which you are actually
you're seeking,
focused on. Yeah,
exactly.
Nice.
Your outlook on the world shapes many aspects of your life. Actively looking for positive things, that's going to change your mindset, and it's going to come back to you one way or another.
Okay.
So
first is mindset, second is action.
Yep.
Now, I know there's multiple like laws, I guess, of attraction.
Yeah,
so it's not just one.
There's some sub-laws, or if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We pulled up some data here that I really liked. According to Dr. Erin Ito, I think.
Or Etough.
She has a PhD in occupational health psychology. She's a psychologist. She listed 7 laws of attraction that I really liked, and so I just want to go through them real quick, and then we can get some thoughts of what we think about them.
Okay.
The first is magnetism. Like attracts like. Negativity attracts the same. If all we do is remain pessimistic, negative experiences will continue to come our way, and the same can be said about the positive side of that. So, like we talked about, if we focus on
good stuff, you'll see more good stuff.
You'll see more good stuff. But that's not to say, and we'll dive into this a little, down the line here. That's not to say that you won't have bad things happen ever. Of course you're going to have bad things happen.
Oh, yeah.
But the way you treat that bad situation, that can make a huge difference.
So just by looking for the good in the bad.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So now, The second law here looks to be manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
So this sub law advises us to focus our attention and energy on the present to change it. So fretting over like past, worrying about other issues or the future, it doesn't ignite that change.
I found this one to be very interesting because it specifies focusing on the present.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I do dwell on the past a little bit, but not too much. But I am the type of person that dwells on the future. Like, how can I make this happen in a year, 5 years, 10 years, which I think is good, but
to some extent.
Because
if you're putting out a 10-year plan, like in 2 years, you're going to have a completely different 10-year
exactly,
plan.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. Like things change, but it's important to focus on the present.
And if we work in the now, I mean, that'll create a better future.
Yep.
So
I think that's the main key there.
And that's how that manifestation creates those dreams and makes them a reality.
Yep, exactly. So focus on the present. Number 3, right action. Some negative aspects of our lives can be removed or changed. Toxic workplaces, unhealthy relationships, unsatisfying careers can prevent us from living meaningful lives. So by removing all these negatives, we can still we can fill the empty space with things that help us to be more purposeful with our lives. Having a clear idea of your purpose or personal values will help guide you to the replacements most likely to improve and enrich your life.
So basically what you're saying is in the workplace, there's like an 80-20 rule. 80% of people hate what they do to make a living. 20% of people like what they do to make money. And instead of being part of that 80%, doing something you absolutely hate, you could be doing that 20%. So just try and find that 20%.
And I'm honestly surprised that statistic isn't higher for people that hate what they do. I mean, it seems like people are just stressed out nowadays. But
I think it's more not so much they're stressed out because they hate the job. It's that they're stressed out because they don't make enough money.
That's true.
In their job.
That's true.
And that turns into just living within your means. But that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
we're not. Yeah, we'll get into that one of these days.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
So it's just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, and I know it seems a lot easier said than done, but it kind of can be easy to just remove certain things out of your life. You just have to do it. You just have to make that change, make that plunge.
And the thing is if you make that plunge, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like putting yourself up against a wall.
Yep.
You
have no other choice.
You have no other choice. You're going to fight yourself out.
Yep.
And whether, it might put some instant stresses on you, like how am I going to pay the next bill or something, but in the long run, it'll make it so much better.
Yep. It's just making that first step. I think that is the hardest.
And I will tell you, it is freeing.
Yeah, it is. It
Going
really
from,
is.
Being in a full-time where you're just, not sure if you really enjoy it or, things like that. I just went part-time in my full-time job just so that I have more time to focus on this stuff.
Yeah.
And, it's just getting put down to part-time, having that extra time to do what I enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy what I do, because I like helping others and my job does entail
But
that.
you enjoy some things more.
But yeah, it's the things that really bring out my creativity and excite me. And so,
I'll admit I'm horrible at this step because I tend to load myself up way too much with things I think I enjoy, but I don't know. Yeah, so I need to reevaluate this step for myself.
So like the delicate balance, which is the next one, would be perfect. Is a great step for you. Some days are great, but they can't all be. You might fail or experience a setback every once in a while. But here's the thing: that's part of life. It's good to acknowledge our failures because they're an opportunity to learn, which you have mentioned multiple times, and it is so true.
Yeah.
But just as we celebrate our wins, we need to recognize the losses so that we can learn from them.
Huge believer in this step. Yep. Just have that balance and
it's
realize
hard.
It is hard. It's not normal or natural it's not, but it should be to celebrate failures and to realize, hey, it's okay. It's okay that.
And the thing is by recognizing that it was a failure, you're less likely to repeat it.
Exactly.
Because
that's how we learn.
Well, yeah, and if you focus on a failure, guess what? You're just going to bring more of that back.
Right.
And that's the, why we need to balance that.
Yep, exactly.
So.
So our next step, number 5, is unwavering desires. It says this sub-law is all about staying focused on the goals and desires that will improve our lives. Clear, purposeful goals help us gain better health, succeed in our careers, and have healthy relationships. I think that's, I don't know. It says throughout the stages of our lives, we can experience many changes, but we need to know how we feel about our values and desires to stay grounded. And while our values and desires might evolve over our lives, having a clear sense of self will help us remain steadfast in accomplishing our most important goals.
So basically what you're saying is we should value ourselves and what we want to be able to actually manifest it.
Exactly. Stay true to yourself and have a laser focused goal of what you want. And
because if you're not sure what you're going to, or if you're not sure what you want, you're going to miss every time.
Exactly.
And so you have to have that focus. I mean,
and like you said, those may change.
Yeah, like Sammy Sosa when he goes out on the field. Well, when he used to go out on the field, it's been a while. He aimed for that ball. When that baseball came flying,
exactly,
he would swing for it, and you know what? He would hit it.
Yep.
And his record shows that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just little things like that. If you don't aim for something, you're never going to hit it.
Exactly. Yep.
So, and that brings us into number 6, which is harmony. The harmony that we have around us can influence our energy. So tapping into that energy, the people that are around you, the positivities there is really what, helps you maintain that positive outlook while working towards those goals. You have to be surrounded and built up by those around you to be able to achieve what you have focused. So you've got to find that harmony. Because without encouragement, I mean, you're going to have off days. I do. And you kind of need that little nudge of encouragement, that nudge of motivation and inspiration.
Yeah.
And, but when you're surrounded by people that are willing to give you that, it changes everything and helps you succeed.
That's any business book you read, I'm sure they're going to mention that tidbit of if you surround yourself with successful people, you're going to be the next one.
Oh, yeah.
So true. I mean, if you surround yourself with a bunch of Debbie Downers, people that are just so negative, you're going to be...
No offense, Nancy's.
or Debbie's. But it's true. So definitely super important on that one to just surround yourself with like-minded people that share the same goals, that same energy. It's going to take you to the next step for sure.
Which brings us to the final, number 7.
Number 7. Let's go through this one. Universal influence. This one's, I think, kind of sums it all up. This is integral to the law of attraction. What we put out into the world, we get back. How we treat others has a direct impact on our lives. If you disrespect someone, you fuel them with reasons to be the same or to do the same. And if you're positive and hardworking, people will want to live and work alongside you, and you'll enjoy better community building and a more enjoyable, friendly workplace. Remember, offering a helping hand goes a long way to generating positive returns. You've mentioned that a lot.
Yes.
Even if you don't think it directly benefits your life, consider putting into the world what you hope to get out of it by helping others. So, it kind of sums up the whole law of attraction. What you put out into the world, it's going to come back to you one way or another. You may not see it directly or immediately, but
it's like the ripple effect that we've talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
You toss a stone, whether it's a positive or negative stone, that ripple is going to go out.
Yep.
And just like a wave, it can come crashing on somebody, or it can just peter out and be done.
Yep.
So
if I come on this podcast and I just have a crappy attitude, I treat you like crap, you're going to probably notice it. And then you guys are going to be like, oh, what the heck are they talking about? This is a waste of time.
We didn't air that episode.
Yeah, that's right. We cut that one out. But yeah, it does affect everyone around you in one way or another. And it will come back to you.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Yep.
And because, the golden rule, do unto others you want done unto yourself.
Yep.
That is exactly what this is.
Yep. So I think our challenge to our viewers should be write down these 7 steps. If you have to rewind it again or whatever, write down the 7 steps and then just focus on creating that positive mindset first and then take action after.
And of course, set a goal.
Set a goal. Definitely set a goal.
Because, like I said, if you don't know what you're aiming for, and be specific.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of this. You have to be specific in what you want so that you can achieve that. If you want, $50,000 or a job that pays $50,000 or something like that, put that in writing.
Yeah.
You have to make it manifest.
Yeah, don't just put, I want to get a job that makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of money to me may be a lot different to you.
Exactly.
So
so you want to be specific. The more specific you can be, the more you can envision it, the more you can build up your endorphins, the more you can, actually envision it. And
write it down, put it somewhere you can see it like we've talked about.
Exactly, like set up a dream board. Mm-hmm. I know that if any of you have heard of or read or seen The Secret, that's one of their biggest things is a dream board. Make a dream board. It's you can have it as just a piece of paper, write down everything that you want on it, set it right in front of you in the morning. Yeah. First thing you see
it
is that.
every day you wake up.
And yeah, just focus on that and you'll eventually work yourself to it because you're not just looking at it and just being like, oh, I wish I could have that. You're building that inside of you. You're like, I want to have this. I need to have this.
Yep.
And you will work towards it.
Yep.
So anyways, be specific. Down in the comments, tell us what your goal is.
Yeah, what's your goal? Let's hear it. We love hearing about it.
Yeah.
So,
anyways.
awesome. Okay, thanks.